Welcome to the Friendly Geordies podcast. This time with Mr. Geordies himself. How are you doing?
He's back.
Well. I'm
Hello.
so glad that September's over, I'll tell you that.
Why?
So much work.
Really?
So much work.
September.
So much touring. So much
September?
doing self-help.
Yeah.
September.
But your self-help
something.
is over now until next time.
Until next time.
Really?
When will that be? Next year or like later in this year?
Yeah, probably next year. I need some time to recoup.
Was it fruitful?
I need to do some help in myself to figure out how to help you.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, pretty much. Yes.
Did these nerds get some help or what? Did they?
The nerds that came.
Yeah.
And they claim as much.
Hell yeah, dude.
Frankly, I think I just took their money. But we'll see.
It's a rich tapestry, you know. That's how it's.
All right.
Everyone got help.
They'll be fine. If they're coming to self-help seminars, they've got a few dollars to spare, I'm guessing.
They've got a few dollars to spare, I'll say that. And the other thing is that I think that if you're motivated enough to go to a self-help seminar, you're going to fucking apply it.
Exactly. And you're in that state of mind where you. Basically, if you want to help yourself, you can do that. It's not that hard.
I love that. I love that saying in self-help. Those that consume self-help don't need self-help. Those that don't do. I think that's so true.
Yeah, I think I'm the exception, though.
I think
I
those that
consume and need.
That's,
think-
do you think? Come on.
You do consume
And I need it.
and you need.
Miss does not need self-help. Miss just needs help.
You can't spell self-help without health.
All right.
He needs help self.
Hell yeah.
someone
dude.
else to
Hell yeah.
help.
Help self. Start a new. Everyone's talking about self-help, but no one's talking about this brave new concept, help self. Now let's invert it. Dude, I could do a whole thing on that, I bet.
What?
There's a theory right there. You just invert it and then be like, what people don't. There's a whole new theory here. Start from. People usually start from when they need help. We're gonna flip that. We're gonna start from the top. Okay, you're all billionaires. Why are you a billionaire? There you go. You got a whole thing. You can just reverse it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
You
you
know
would
what I mean?
need an audience full of billionaires for that.
No. But you can pretend. And then
Oh,
just like,
okay.
I don't know. I'm just talking shit. But
Man,
it could
that
work.
is the best model for self-help. I'm doing it exactly the wrong way around. You don't target self-help at people that don't have money. You target it at people that are really rich
And
can
want to
pay like $100,000 for a ticket.
I want to improve.
Then you do, I don't know, you put it on a cruise ship or you go to like, I don't know, like Jamaica or something to a resort and you have 5 people in the audience.
Dude, that's
how you do it.
amazing.
That's
dude.
the life.
Yeah.
There's a lot of self-help people that targeted at that.
Right.
Perfect.
Yeah, that would work.
All right, let's start with our first segment. The first thing that I actually wanted to bring up, Jordan, the Sky News presenter. What is the story? So apparently, from what I know, and tell me if I'm getting it wrong, that she had a show and it was being built as the next big
Cancelled.
show, and it got canceled after 3 episodes.
Oh, I heard about this.
What happened there?
Jeez, that's so rough.
You got to feel sorry for Freya. You really do.
That's her name, Freya.
Yeah, first off, she's 22. Why are you chucking her on live?
She's
Because
22.
she's done some TikToks.
Damn, she's 20. That's young.
It's young.
Wow.
And then they just chucked Freya into the fray.
Damn.
Well, apparently she's
Immediately,
a...
why? I mean, Kyle and Jackie O figured out it long ago. At least give a dump button.
Yeah.
Especially if you're on something that is advertised as like, we're holding no punches. We're going to be having controversial conversations.
Yeah.
Are you ready to fight?
Yeah.
Actually, that was their first thing. So before they canceled the show, they said, we're going to have this can't go live. There's going to be a dump button. And then like
You
a
gotta
few
do
hours later, they said, "Nah, we're just
The dump
canceling the
button
whole
isn't
thing."
working. We've dumped the dump button.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
we're
it's
just going to
broken.
cancel you.
Man.
So what was
Sky News, eh?
What was the?
Home of anti-cancel
But
culture.
Jordan, actually, you know why she got canceled? What happened?
No.
Yeah, some guy came on and he was saying Muslims like worship.
Don't say
Peter,
no.
bro."
Don't say that. Don't say that.
But that's what he was saying.
Yeah, he was. I know.
Keep
I
going.
know.
I'm
But like,
interested.
I'll explain it in a way.
Yeah.
So-
An uncancelable.
So this guy,
way.
he's like, they got a TikTok. Apparently, they got him because someone else canceled or whatever the scheduling was. They had to get someone, and this TikTok dude who calls himself the Scottish something.
Oh yeah, what is it? The Scottish Korean.
The Scottish
What?
Korean, and he
Okay.
is just like there's a whole industry of like just trolls.
Yeah,
now,
right.
And so he's a troll, and his
There's
entire
so
thing
many
was like
now. There's so many
just going
YouTubers.
hard at Muslims, which is
Right.
something that's like fine for TikTok and like there's a lot of crazies out there.
More than fine for TikTok. That gets you an audience.
He did exactly. To be fair to him, his rant about his anti like racist Muslim rant or whatever. He's been doing that on his TikTok. Like that's his shtick. That's the main thing.
is
It wasn't
his.
a side note.
Yeah.
Right.
And so he actually was probably shocked himself. He was like, he came on and he did exactly what he's been doing on his TikTok, going this anti-Muslim
Bacon
thing.
strapped to his shirt.
And obviously, yeah, with
Triggered.
bacon
Did he
strapped to
really?
his shirt.
Mustache.
Yeah. Strap bacon on him.
That's bizarre.
But John, why does Sky
Very
News
cool
care
gimmick.
about
Yes,
Muslims?
very.
Like, why does Sky News care about
I'm
Muslims?
surprised they cancelled her.
Like, I thought initially, though, oh, maybe she said there was Sky News shits on Muslims. Sky News is racist towards Muslim every day.
Yeah, but they don't break the codes of conduct. That's what they were freaking out about.
Right. And
Was-
what did he say? I don't. You have to repeat it. But like, what was so bad?
Yeah, look, imagine the biggest criticism that
Was he speaking
Tommy
truth?
Robinson has of Muslims. And he said
yes.
that about the leader of the Muslims.
Who's the leader?
Muhammad.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, right. That's like, yeah, that's probably a bridge too far. But I am also surprised that Sky weren't like, interesting points. Like, I'm genuinely
that's
surprised.
my question as well. Why isn't Sky interesting points?
Well, they would absolutely be saying interesting points in the United States. It's just we have
Right.
tighter regulations on what can go to air on television.
Oh, so it's like a legal thing.
It's purely illegal.
Yeah.
Purely.
Gotcha.
And I honestly think, to Freya's credit, for a 22-year-old, she handled it remarkably
Did she?
well.
Oh, I got to see
For
this.
somebody that is, let's be honest, not media trained at all.
No, her response was basically when Miss Love was like, look, that was a bit intense.
Yeah.
And some of the things over there, like, a bit controversial, but good points.
Yeah. But, they should be looking into the more extreme elements of Islamic culture, which is the usual standard talking point that Sky News says.
Yeah.
I don't think that they could have said anything at that point that wouldn't have got her show cancelled. There's nothing she could have said. So there's none of this, she handled it bad stuff. I think given the circumstances, especially seeing as her job is to ignite controversial opinion.
Yeah, and I think that's why they canceled the show.
What?
Because the show was being pitched as, and rightly so, like that's the only way you can get Gen Z to watch Sky News on TV, is like, this is going to be like a crazy shit show where like everything's going to be really controversial.
Yeah.
Milo Yiannopoulos, that's what we're doing. And that's what they pitched it as. All the advertising was that. And when this happened, they said, put in the dump button. And I guess someone high exec looked at like the advertising package for this, like, this show's going to get us in trouble every day.
Yeah.
That's what's
They didn't know
happening.
that they didn't.
But it
take
was also
into account.
quite boring controversy because it had two people agreeing with each other on either side. It was like an MSNBC panel.
Yeah.
You should know the ratings formula by now, especially seeing as you guys pioneered it. It's Piers Morgan. You get two psychos with completely differing opinions, basically crackheads, to go on and yell at each other.
Yeah, it's true.
It's Jerry Springer, but they're not in the same room.
It's exactly what
That's
it is.
what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And having this thing where they're sitting there and saying extreme opinions about Islam, but going, yes, very good. It's like, dude, you've taken the fun out of having extreme opinions.
Yeah, that's a good
You're
point.
supposed to have someone there to freak out about what you're saying and yell and go off camera.
Yes,
and start swearing and putting
and
up
that
a
almost
finger.
justifies it too in a way because it's like we're being balanced, Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly. We're trying to have difficult conversations here
Yes.
and open up
Yeah.
the dialogue. That's what you're supposed to do.
And then-
when really all you're doing is the intellectual equivalent of a freak show.
Yeah.
100%. I can't even watch.
And let's
the
not
Piers
forget,
Morgan
if
shit.
that's happening, they're doing politics the right way.
Yeah.
It's the new
Totally.
politics.
Which is a carnival. Step right up, folks. The Bacon Man.
Oh god, the base. What's his name? The Scottish Korean.
Scottish
Something
Korean.
like that.
I'll do my own research.
Oh, yeah, he's got another follower. Right? Bacon, you say? Yes, that would work in deterring.
So it's time for Sky to stick with their classics. The classics. Lefties losing it. That's always
God, that segment sucks.
always works.
It is such a crime how many views lefties losing
Gets
it gets.
so many,
Isn't it? And
Lefties
especially
are
because
losing it.
the lefties losing it aren't ever really losing it.
No.
A lot of the time it just cuts to a woman that should not have a career, Rita Panay, and she says, now it's time for lefty enthusiasts. Dude, you've been on television for 10 years. Why do you still sound so wooden and stilted? You're still scared of the camera being on you.
She does sound like that. She sounds so unnatural.
It's bad.
Yeah.
And
it's also lazy journalism because it's just, what is it? It's the whole project thing of being like, we have a video that we ripped off TikTok. Let's watch it. Why am I watching? I can just cut the middleman out. I can just watch the video.
And it would be way better.
Yeah, why would I need...
Also,
because
a
you
lot
know
of the
why?
time, lefties losing it is we now go to Mamdani where he had a complete freak out, and then it says, and it goes, it goes like, I'm not surprised that the mayor dropped out of the race. His opinion approval rating is very low. And then it goes back. It's like, wow, what a crazy lefty.
I know.
It's
It's
pathetic.
never even that crazy. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that's stupid about it, which is you can find lefties losing it. They are renowned for losing it.
Yeah, but they're not finding the best.
Look, this is not a segment for it, but since you've brought it up, quickly tell us, is Mamdani winning? What do you think about Eric Adams?
Yeah, I think you're right.
He's
I
going to
think
win?
you're right. He is absolutely a shoo-in. I thought
reckon?
originally, especially looking at the polling a couple of months ago when I was talking about this, I thought, no, Cuomo's strategy is correct. If you get everybody else out of the race and you form that coalition of everyone versus Mamdani, he's going to win. But I think Mamdani's lead is too commanding. And I also think that the Republican guy, does he have an eye patch or something? Who's the Republican guy?
Yeah, he does.
He
He's
wears
got like a
commando beret.
He's got the Metal Gear
There's no
Solid.
way that guy's got out. He's a warrior.
Dude, he screwed over Eric Adams as well. Eric Adams was given a plush job by Donald Trump. He said, if you drop out and the pirate dude also drops out, if you convince him, we'll make you the ambassador for Saudi Arabia. And Eric Adams is going through his own indictments and stuff.
Yeah,
he is also like not a great guy. And he was like, yeah, that sounds good. But the other pirate, but the pirate dude said like no. So Eric Adams.
Wait a sec. The pirate guy's the Republican. Why doesn't Trump back him?
There was another guy that was supposed to drop out with Eric Adams.
It's probably the pirate
And Eric
guy.
Adams was trying hard to get him to drop out so he could be the ambassador to Saudi Arabia. The guy said no. I can't remember who
I
exactly it was.
guarantee you it's the Metal Gear Solid guy. The
What's his
beret.
name?
I don't know, but he looks like the bad guy from Metal Gear
He
Solid.
really does.
And like, but that
No,
guy's
he's staying. That guy's in.
Yeah, but he's not dropping out.
The
But my
future mayor of New York.
But my point is why
Ready, fuckers.
why wouldn't Trump back him?
Because there's no chance he's going to win. That's why. I think a big answer to that is the fact that he is wearing a beret and refuses to take it off.
He has a militia.
Huh?
He has like a vigilante militia that used to
Well,
like.
he doesn't need to be elected.
He
He's
used, to
got a plan B.
he used to patrol the streets in the 80s and like clean up New York and shit.
Sick.
What does that mean?
So he's
Cleaning-
Homer Simpson with his vigilante.
Literally.
The sack of door.
Literally.
Dude, if you
Turn
want
to
to
your
be,
homes.
can I
Nothing in his little motorbike.
be? If you are
Glad he's
true,
not dropping out.
if you are truly a patriot that wants to clean New York City,
Yeah.
how about just clean it because it's pretty dirty.
Yeah.
If you consider that, you would be so popular immediately.
Nah, dude, he claims the crime.
Such a good point. Stop taking out the metaphorical trash. Take out the trash.
Yeah,
Trash,
that's true.
dude. It's a filthy city.
Dude, can I just say too, this I've just got a picture of the
Bacon
bacon
man.
guy.
Oh, the bacon dude.
Is this the quality of like political commentators now?
Yeah. It's not that far of a fall for Sky, I've got to say.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's just
A
like
fall.
as soon as
It's not a huge
when you
leap
start
from
like
grace.
when you start like using props. I put bacon like
Yeah, it's honestly pathetic,
it's
isn't
so
it?
gross.
The reign of prop comedy in Australian politics has to end, especially because
it's so bad.
none of them are any Gallagher, are they?
No.
They're really bad.
And we have
It's
to bring
so
back the
bad.
stigma of prop comics again.
Agreed.
There used to be a time when like it would be a source of embarrassment for you if you were a prop comic.
How is it still a source of embarrassment to be a prop comic, but it's not to be a prop politician?
Yeah.
It's
It's
a
not an
little more
embarrassing thing to be a prop
undignified.
comic either, by the way. It's not embarrassing to be a prop comic anymore.
Really?
Well, I think they've got their charm.
You do?
I mean some. But like
Remember when we saw that guy and he
The
had
bat?
a flower on and then he squirted it at the audience and you were like, prop comic, and then he did that and you were just like, the contest is over. Give that man the $10,000.
is that what happened?
It always works. Everybody always shits on prop comedy, and then they go in and they get the watermelon smashed in their face, and it's the greatest experience of their life.
Wait, I forgot. That's such a. I'm not surprised. Like, give that man the $10,000.
One of the funniest things I've seen is Raymond from Everybody Loves Raymond. He was on some talk show, and do you know that British comedian? I think his name is Bo Burns or something.
Bo Burns.
Yeah, this is like an old ass interview when Bo Burns, or like maybe I'm getting the name wrong, but he's like a really young British comic, and he was like in his early 20s, and the host told Raymond that this guy is like really, really famous, and he's like, but he's in his early 20s, how can he be even good? What the fuck is that? And he's like, they're talking, they're chit-chatting, and at the end, the English comedian, he goes like, okay, he's going to perform a set, and he goes and he starts playing the piano, and then you can just hear Raymond, oh, he's a prop comic.
You audibly hear him say it.
Yeah, it is like, that makes sense, he's a prop comic.
And that's why he's good in his 20s.
I just
Playing piano. Does a piano count as a prop?
Well, look, I was gonna say a guitar almost counts. Like,
A musical comedy act, that's a prop comic.
I don't think many people.
Fair
can do
enough.
it.
I always think that if you go into a musical comedy act, you're guaranteed for a night to be disappointed on both ends.
Yeah,
It's not
dude.
gonna be
Like,
very
you're gonna-
musical, or it's
yeah.
not going to be very comical.
You're gonna get your Adam
Like who?
Sandler
Yeah,
set. It's
Jimmy
like,
Fallon's. None of them are good comics.
Yeah. If
Like
you
they're
need a
decent comics, but
guitar,
they're not great comics.
if you need a guitar, it's like it's going to be the worst of both worlds. It's just going to make two mediocre things. It never works.
Now, the only thing that I think where you could combine the art of comedy and work, well, no, prop. I'm still very pro prop. Music comedy, I think, never works.
You know who were kind of okay? Tripod, maybe.
Nah,
They weren't. Okay, no.
you're giving them way too much credit.
Poor
You're
tripod.
just laughing at the man that's small with large eyes.
That's true. That's half their act.
That's the act.
It's bulbous dude. Yeah.
That
yeah.
bulbous man.
Sorry, but what was the third one? I
And then I
cut
think
you
that
off.
the other one is that if you are a comedian that also does a magic act, that's always great.
Yeah, magic's another one.
When you splice magic in with comedy, I'm always sold.
That's another one.
But
where
you know
I'm always
why?
like,
Because
yeah.
you cease to think of them as comedians and you start thinking of them as magicians that are funny.
Funny
Like
magicians.
every time you're in a lecture with like some boring dinosaur who's like giving you an hour-long lecture about something boring, and there's like a slight dad joke in between, everyone laughs their ass off.
Yeah,
It's because no one's expecting
That's
this guy
true.
to be funny.
Okay. You're
That's true.
absolutely right. You're laughing at the fact even mediums cracking heaps of jokes about the dead people talking to them. That's always gold.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, I think you're right. If you are going there without the explicit intent of making people laugh, it catches you by surprise. And also, magic is surprising in itself. There's a really good line in some book that I read years ago that was saying that the line between magician and comedian is tenuous at best anyway. It's sort of a verbal magic act.
Yeah, because it is. It's a lot of it is like, look, this hat's empty. Oh wait, there's a rabbit in it. Like that is a
it
joke
is that.
in a nutshell.
A lot of it is flipping something, and yeah,
Surprise.
that's true.
Like,
yeah,
just-
yeah,
You didn't expect that.
And that's what a magician also does. You didn't expect that.
yeah. That's true.
All right, look, let's
I'm just
move.
a big fan of magic.
You like magic?
I
I
like
like magic.
I'm trying to
Magic's
think the
sick.
last time I saw like a magic trick set. I don't know if I've seen.
And also, you know who else is really funny? You know those buskers that always put that rope and then they start talking and they always either look like a
Crackheads.
low-grade British convict from the 1800s
Yeah.
or it's a black guy that's really short and muscly.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're
There's
talking
always-
about.
And the whole thing is a comedy show with the promise at the end that they're going to do a cool trick.
Yeah.
And the cool trick sucks every
Yeah,
time.
and it fails
They
sometimes.
sit there, they wait for it, they give so much build up, but there's so many jokes in between waiting for that thing at the end.
True. There
And
was,
then
that,
that's always an anticlimax.
there was a basketball guy that I saw.
Basketball man.
You saw him. We saw him together, right?
I walked up to him once and said, I just need to shake your hand.
Holy shit.
You're a king.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, yeah, thank man, I really appreciate it. He was not even looking at me. He was
Yeah, just think-
please fuck off.
just think about that
And I was,
money.
fair enough.
Yeah.
You, sir, are the definition of a short king.
I think I was.
Oh, who's the basketball
I think
man?
I was with you because I think we saw him in a few cities. I'm like, damn, this guy's just touring Australia.
Yeah.
The streets of Australia. And yeah, usually when you do talk to him, it's just like the energy levels are very different. I'm like, oh, you're quite a sad man.
How could you not be a sad man?
Such
How could
hard-
you not be a sad man and be a busker?
Yeah.
You can't.
Such hard work.
And also, for pennies.
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 It would be
Wait,
really
why
tough.
is this guy a king? I don't know. Give me the context of the
He
bus.
does basketball tricks or something.
The basketball tricks are, yeah.
Yeah.
But
His jokes are
his
good.
jokes are on point.
Yeah. I think he was American.
Yeah.
Fuck, yeah.
He's got that real street hustler vibe about
Yeah,
it.
yeah. You got to
And
have it.
that's always sick.
Yeah.
All right, Jordan. And the next segment is Albo is obviously introducing his new first home buyer scheme, which is 5% of deposit. For those, I think everyone would probably know that, but in case you don't know, Albo's introducing a scheme where you can, if you're a first-time home buyer, you can purchase a property with only 5% of your deposit as opposed to the standard 20%. He's getting some criticism for it.
Oh, wow. How unexpected.
The criticism is, I'll dish out all the criticisms, and then you can like defend yourself, my friend.
To yourself.
First is that the 5% home buyer thing is only going to increase the property prices, where a house that a young couple couldn't afford was all of a sudden approachable with the 5%, but because the property price has increased, maybe they won't be able to buy it, kind of thing. That's one criticism.
Yes, that's a pickle.
The second criticism is that the only people that are going to really benefit from this are upper middle class first home buyers, professionals that have a good job, that would probably be able to buy a house anyways, but this way they get to basically keep a lot of their savings in an offset account instead. The supply side of the things are not working out. That's the RBA recently said that supply of houses will remain difficult for at least the next 2 years when supply ramps up, hopefully. And so these are all the things they're saying. Like basically, it has, and also it puts everyone in a, like most of the first home buyers that are buying these properties for like.
It's mine. It's over there.
Okay.
They can't hear it. I don't think.
They are going to be like, they're going to be in like crippling debt, is one of the arguments as well. So now, tackle with these as you please.
Shoot.
Number one, they're flying in the face of reality because we know that the program is a success from Victoria. You can look at my own comments if you like. The number of people in Victoria that have said this first home buyer scheme that lowered mortgages to 5% is the reason that I have a house. I would not be able to afford a house without it. These are not rich people. These are not upper middle class people. These are people that need to enter the property market. And one of the main hurdles to entering the property market is saving the money. It is not the loan repayments. It's saving enough money for the deposit to get the house. That is a huge barrier to entering the property market.
As a person who is not upper middle class, I can concur. That was the biggest hurdle to buy. Like
Easily.
you freak out about the mortgage repayments, but like the real thing that screws you is trying to save for a deposit while paying rent. It's a difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
Unless you've got loaded parents, in which case that's fine. But if you don't, it's such an uphill battle, dude.
Yes, exactly. Because 20% is a lot.
That's a lot.
And that's usually what it is. Sometimes you can get a 10% depending on your income and whatever.
Well, and the median house prices is like $900,000, which means
you're saving 180.
yeah, you're see $180,000 of savings.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, that's
It's-
tough.
That's hard,
That's
yeah.
tough.
Whereas, otherwise, you're saving 45.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which just makes
Far
dude,
out.
I mean,
45.
I'm sorry, but right there,
That's
this
crazy.
is a good scheme. The fact that they're saying it'll push up housing prices, that's not suggestive in the modelling or in experience anyway. I mean, you look at Melbourne and prices have pretty much flatlined. In fact, they're going down a little bit.
Damn.
And you look at that in comparison to Sydney, where we have not had that policy implemented for years and the prices keep going up. So what's your argument there? And on top of all of that, guys, just accept it. Like, housing prices are never going to be good ever again. The time to argue about this was in the 90s.
Shit.
So this is the same problem with so many government problems. It's like, what you're experiencing was a decision that was made 30, 40, 20 years ago. Now you're experiencing it now and saying to the current government, fix it. It's really a lot like saying, I don't know, why don't you just change the constitution now? It's like, because it's set, I guess. That's probably the reason.
Yeah.
It's hard. And you can do things that'll probably change it in 20 years' time. But that's just how fucking policy works. It has like a long delay effect on it. And so housing is going to be expensive. The question is whether or not you enter the property market or not. That's it.
Yeah.
That's your only question. Do you want to buy a house or not? This is the way to enter into that house. And then once you are in on that, who cares if property prices are still going up? You have a house.
Yeah.
This is aimed at first home buyers. This is not some kind of like property investment scheme. And like the idea that it's going to push up houses, I guess we'll wait and see. Where's the evidence of it? It has been implemented. I think they implemented it in WA. I'd have to double check that as well. This has been really good in getting people to enter into the market. And people that otherwise wouldn't have been able to do it.
Yeah, it's
and I
poor
really
people.
challenge this idea that, it's only going to help middle-class people and upper-middle-class people. If you want to buy a house and you're looking at a house that is in a suburb that upper-middle-class and middle-class people go into, they're not going to be buying that house there. I think these are all very stupid arguments. This is a good move. And I think it'll just be proven by time that it's a good move.
And I think the other thing, the being over leveraged, because 5% means that 95% is loan, which is interest payable. So like it is a daunting thing to think about, like how much money you would owe and all of that stuff. But if the last 30 years is to go by anything, then like the property gains will just be so much more beneficial compared to what you're, the over leveraging.
It's better to be in there.
Especially when you combine that with the fact that the Labor Party, this is the other thing that I really hate about all of the, we're just going to narrow focus in on this one thing that the government is doing and pretend that this is the only thing that the government is doing. It's part of a whole holistic structure that they're implementing. Now, over time, this will ramp up as well. But the other thing to remember is the Labor government's proposal is not only to enter you into the housing market on a 5% deposit, it's also that the government buys 25% of your house. They own 25% of it, which drastically lowers how much your loan repayments are.
Oh, is that
So
right?
you're getting in on 5% and 25% of your bill is cut. So the government owns equity in it, which is great because that means that they're going to be getting the gains of that house once it's sold. And then that goes back into the pot, which they then reinvest into other first home buyers.
Damn, I didn't realize that.
That's a good scheme.
Yeah, I didn't realize.
And that builds up over time.
Damn.
And I think even if there are some arguments to support, like, whatever, even in that case, like, there's always policies and things happening that will increase the property price anyways. Like, if the cash rate goes down, property prices are supposed to increase. If there's a tax incentive or like there's a tax deduction or whatever, then that's theoretically supposed to increase the property price. But no one makes a huge fuss and cry. With this, at least some people get to buy a house. I'm thinking of it in that sense. Like it gives some people the opportunity to buy a house and maybe will increase house prices. But like house prices are increasing anyways for other reasons where no one's getting any benefit out of it.
Exactly.
I mean, except for people, with the cash rating decreases, I guess people that already have home ownership will get to pay less money, which is good. But then, like, if you have home ownership, then you're already in a better financial position anyways. It's someone that doesn't have it that kind of needs it more at this point.
Exactly.
So, like, I kind of agree with you. Even if it's not the best policy, I like the motivation for it,
No, it's good. It's something.
Yeah,
it's like literally something.
And it's something meaningful that I can guarantee you, much like the guaranteed scheme, that there will be hundreds of thousands of people that couldn't afford a house before that now can.
That is...
What is your problem?
Yeah.
What are you whinging about?
Yeah, that is sick.
You're just saying that, like, they're not, like, decreasing the cost of housing, so it costs the same as it did in fucking 1981 or whatever.
Yeah, how do you do that?
On top of that, this is the whole thing that I find very frustrating about this whole argument. Yeah, housing was cheaper in the 80s. It also sucked. It was also way worse than the quality of housing now.
Right.
Even those, like, tic-tac cinder block houses that they build. I guess you could argue that apartments are worse quality. Generally, your classic Marston and Home or whatever is far better than your Marston and Home in the 80s. And also, on top of that, it was the exact opposite problem back then. It was really hard to enter the housing market because banks wouldn't give out loans.
Right.
So poor people very rarely had any of these houses.
Right.
I think a lot of the time, the whole paradigm that the media looks at the housing crisis, is really an upper middle class to middle class perspective on owning a house. All of a sudden, they're pissed off because they can't afford to live in a suburb that they want to live in. And that's the motivation behind all of their reporting. You know, it's not actually about getting people into houses. They don't care about that. They just want to be able to afford a house in their suburb.
So wait, is this like people that already own property and stuff, or is that what you mean, or just people that are trying to get it? Like,
I think it's mostly aimed at. I think it's mostly because usually the people that write these articles are upper middle class, and they want their kids to buy a house, and they can't imagine their kids living in Emu Plains or Liverpool. Perish the thought. No, they have to live in Leichhardt. I live in Glebe. They live in Leichhardt. That's what should naturally be happening.
Right.
And color it all they like, as they always do on like, it's not progressive enough. That is the motivation behind all of them. What they're angry about, and this is why they say that nothing is good unless it's getting rid of capital gains and negative gearing, is because those are the only two measures that would really help them specifically. Right. There is a raft of other things that you can do to help the lower classes get into housing, which the Labor government is implementing. And it's not affecting them as much. So they're pissed.
I think it's like pretty radical, like in a good way. It's like you can't imagine.
It's also just pathetic that you have all of these people constantly shitting on their housing policy, saying, "Oh, this is like not about like government owning houses and shit." When literally one of their main policies is the government owning a quarter of your house. That is one of their main policies. All these people saying, "Oh, we need socialism to save." You can't get much more fucking socialist than that. You really can't.
Is the government? So do they? I assume the government doesn't like charge. Do they charge interest on their part of the ownership or whatever? Or
no, the bank is still charging interest.
Yeah,
they'll pay a quarter of what would be the price of the house. And so they own a quarter
Gotcha.
of it.
Yeah.
Probably through deposit, I think. So they would pay the deposit. I'm guessing, and then like the interest will still have to be paid by the person who was owning.
It's just a good way. It's like entry.
It's a really good idea actually, and you can eventually buy out the government.
You can either buy out the government if you so choose, or when you sell it, 25% of the profit goes to the government, which then goes into buying more houses.
Fine,
Which is
you're in.
fine, yeah.
You're in.
Either of them are fine.
Yeah, you're in.
You're in. Like that's the hardest part. It's like even just getting in. It's like you said. It's like getting in. It's still like holding onto a rope of like off a cliff, but like at least you're hanging on. You know what I mean? And then slowly you get pulled up. But it's like, if you can't even like touch the rope, you know what I mean?
It's really, really frustrating. It's hard to explain to people this because everybody always lives in the now. They're becoming more and more focused on the now. It's really hard to explain to anyone the future or the past. No one wants to know either of these things. They never want to factor these things into the account. And it really creates a impossible to please electorate that is just going to keep shooting itself in the foot. I think that that's the case. Like if you sit there and you truly understand why we are where we are and why this is the way to go forward, you just don't have these opinions. You don't. They immediately dissipate. You have to hold on to that by deliberately ignoring the past and the future.
Yeah.
All right, look, I don't want to put you on the spot, but it's been a while, so like I'm gonna another policy which is being criticized. Well, it's not a policy. So there's a standoff between China and BHP, the mining company, and China's halted basically all iron ore exports that were coming from Australia.
Naughty.
And they're having like some kind of pricing dispute where China is saying that the prices that BHP are selling the iron ore for is higher, and BHP saying, no, that's actually what it's worth. And they're like, well, we're not going to buy it from you. Anyway, so there's this standoff going. It'll probably be resolved, but the wider discussion around this is that the Conservatives are arguing that so one of the problems with the reason why there is a price issue is because iron ore prices and commodity prices have gone down, and that's affecting Australia. But not just the fact that the prices have gone down, but there's increased competition. So other countries are getting in the same industry. I think our nickel mining has essentially been taken over by Indonesia, and there is now talk that Indonesia is now in its infancy stages to perhaps take over iron ore as well. I don't know the exact details of the Indonesian dynamics, but that's what they're claiming, that we're getting this increased competition from other territories. And the reason they're saying this is because the reason they're saying that this is happening is because, firstly, the same old conservative point of view that the regulations around mining are too intense, there's environmental, blah, 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 which is making us uncompetitive. And the second point, which I think is a new one, an interesting one, is that they're saying that the Australian government has over-leveraged on critical minerals mining, and that hasn't shown the profits that old school coal and iron ore used to give. And whereas, like, I think from the Labour Party or, the left side of the politics is like, well, this is telling you that this is an outdated industry in general. So, like, the critical mining is the future industry, so it's not giving us profits now, but eventually it will give us profits later. Anyway, so there's this debate that's happening. What do you think about this?
What is their point?
Whose point?
Okay, so what are the two apart from China?
One argument is that you've over-regulated coal exports and iron ore exports through different regulations, and also you have disincentivized people from doing business in this, and you're trying to divert them into, for example, taking out lithium and stuff. And lithium, so it's one of the things that Australia has done is like it really went hard on lithium mining. And unfortunately for us, lithium prices are absolutely collapsed. Now, according to most estimates, they'll eventually recover. So it's not like a permanent thing. This is just a case of oversupply because a lot of people got into the business at the same time. But like that's one example where we made a bet and it hasn't paid off yet. We don't know in future if it will pay off, but it hasn't. And that's being used by the conservatives to say, look, bad economic policy. If you just forget about the environment, stop stopping us, we can get competitive in this industry again, and we will export unseen amounts of iron ore.
Yeah, okay. So the usual argument is go in a race to the bottom with the third world.
Yes, but also this is also
genius strategy.
But that is untrue in itself, because it's not just that there is competition, but generally speaking, commodity prices have gone down, and the demand for iron ore, coal is not nearly the same.
No.
As it was.
And it will continue to go down.
And so that's a fact. I think so. On that, I will just say that they're wrong about that. But what about the other stuff about over-regulation stifling mining profits?
Yeah, I guess that if you made it a complete free reign like Indonesia's doing, they might consider buying it off you. But I'm imagining that Indonesia will always be willing to cut its regulation to a point that Australia is not willing to go to.
And also their labor is exorbitantly cheaper. Yeah.
Way cheaper.
And that's a fact as well.
But I think that honestly, the main point is that demand is going down.
Yeah, that is the main point.
And yes, China can source it from other places. And it is another one of these things of, oh no, this immediate thing's happening. Do something about it. It's like, can we start looking at trends? Can we start looking at where the world is going?
Never.
No.
Never.
Right now. Right now.
They should give out
Make a bunch of species extinct so we can maybe route off Indonesia for another year.
They need some sort of lithium show bag to tantalize the customers. That's my call.
Lithium is back. Want a free sample? Yeah, that could work. But yeah, no, I think that it's not even a bet, as you're saying. It is inevitable. And yes, prices did collapse, but they're already going up.
I hope so, but we are vulnerable. Like our economy depends a lot on iron ore mining. Like an
that's why
obscene
it's
amount
trying
of
to be
dependency.
diversified.
Yeah, I know. I agree with that. Like we have to do something, and if
But it's just so silly. It's like that is always the Liberal Party's argument and has been. It's not changed
like money
since
now,
the 50s.
like short-term gains now to losses in the future, basically.
Well, that's their operation
Yeah.
always.
Yeah.
But
I mean, look
Their
at housing.
argument has always been, let's be the world's quarry.
Yeah.
You are so vulnerable economically like that. That you are so
Ironically-
brittle. You've put it all on red.
Yeah.
Ironically, the
yeah.
conservative position of doing this to essentially sell iron ore coal to China will give China more leverage over us. So they're
Exactly.
making us technically less secure in that sense.
Yeah, true.
God, what a schizophrenic argument they're constantly saying. China is our biggest threat. Also, get rid of all regulation and sell to China so we're completely dependent on
Yeah.
China.
Yeah, what?
Which is exactly what China wants. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's the exact inverted thing. They're always pushing for a war with China that China doesn't want. And China does want to have economic dominance over us. That is what they want.
Yes.
But I think another issue that one could foresee because of this mining revenues going down is that you're going to see some disputes between Queensland and WA versus Victoria and New South Wales because of the GST thing. I don't know if you remember in like 2017, 2015, this issue came up.
It's back.
Yeah, so like essentially if mining revenue goes down, because WA and Queensland earn or used to earn so much from mining, they would pay higher levels of GST, which would then go to New South Wales and Queensland. And I think now they're already arguing, or they're about to argue, that we need to rework this because we're not making the same amount of money, which means that Victoria and New South Wales will have budget holes that they will have to figure out. So we could potentially see
It's
some
just what
rifts
New
there.
South Wales and Victoria needs right now.
Yeah, and so that's coming as well.
Yeah. Bring on the Game of Thrones faction war that always brings out with GST. It's inevitable. That's always going to happen.
So
I think that's kind of just constructed into it.
Is it just like different states are taxed differently on it, on the goods or whatnot?
No, usually what happens is WA pays out a lot in GST.
Oh,
it goes
yes,
out to
of
the
course.
government, and then they dole it out accordingly to the states. And WA is always having a massive
Yes,
whinge
because
that
they're
we
like,
should be
we're
getting more back
Yeah,
from it.
yeah, gotcha.
And
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, I guess that's true. You're also just a city. That's it. Let's be honest.
Exactly. You've got
Singapore in the desert.
and you're good. Like you don't need. You got enough small
Yeah, I think you're
statues.
okay. Yeah.
How many more small statues of small men do you
Yeah,
need?
what is it for more city beautification of more of your precious shrubs? Calm down.
So many shrubs.
We starving out here on the street.
They need those delis, dude. They have a lot of delis. They're
I
doing
think
good.
they'll be fine. That'll be
Such
the
a
last
weird
thing to go
place.
there.
You can
Desert and delis.
Cottesloe overpriced potato bags.
WA can just pull out iron ore from the ground.
So expensive.
Do you remember
World's best potatoes. All right, these better be the best potatoes I've ever had.
You got
No,
lucky.
they are not. they are indistinguishable from coals.
Yeah. These are better because you have to wash the dirt off. It's like, okay, more
Yeah,
work.
more work.
Yeah.
More work for the same result, you say. Oh, count me in.
Such a strange
And
land.
WA should realize, like, they're just pulling treasure out of the ground. Whereas, like, in New South Wales, I think our economy is just cold calling people and asking them to buy solar panels.
Yes. Yes.
Dude, I'm getting calls daily of, like, Indians, let's be
Yeah,
real,
let's be real.
named Jake,
Oh, yeah.
who are trying,
yeah.
who are cold calling.
Jackish.
And, like, sometimes they'll say things like, do you need car tires? And I'm always trying to say, like, bro, even if I needed it, I will never trust you. Who are you?
Yeah, some rant.
Man, it is the first world equivalent of ringing up. Hello, sir. Are you interested in a boiled egg?
Yeah. Dude, I barely trust the banks. when they
Random.
call.
Yes, I'm going to make one of the biggest purchasing decisions of my life from a man definitely called Jake.
Dude, I can't even answer my phone because I on a whim sign so many like Greenpeace, like what are they, what I don't know, what are those things? I don't know. Petitions. And they always call up and then they just want more money. And I'm just like, no, you don't understand. I wanted to make a gesture. I don't want to actually help.
Mislove is
And I'm too scared to admit it. Okay.
Yes, way too scared.
I am jealous of him and as well as hate him for this one particular thing, which is
What?
that Miss Love's pocket is off, a working class man, but his attitude is like he's Mark Cuban, because sometimes you'll call him from a different number and he won't pick up, and it's like, Miss, what happened? He's like, I don't pick up random phone numbers. Like, dude, you're not Mark Cuban. Fucking pick up your phone. What are you doing? Oh, I don't pick
I'm
up.
very busy. Time is money, and I can't be dilly-dally around with all these ne'er-do-wells wanting some of my precious gold.
But the truth is, I'm scared it's Greenpeace. That's what it is. I'm just scared. They call me so often. Please leave me alone. I want to save the whales, but Jesus. There was...
Isn't it sad when you realize that most of the calls that you receive are people asking for money?
I did see one that was pretty good, though, that I really should donate to, but it was like illegal octopus traps in the Mediterranean. And I did not know this was the thing, but apparently...
Where you're like, wait, hang on a minute, I'm supportive of that.
Yeah. And you want me to stop this?
Is there a way I can increase the traps?
Hey,
No, it was...
can we keep it to
I'll give
octopus?
money to that.
No, dude.
Miss was like, I'll give $10 if you take squid out of them.
No, dude, octopus is like my new... green fight. They're so sweet.
Most delicious fight yet.
No, it's true. Sweet.
I'm sorry, but
They
guys in the chat,
They are.
I do feel your pain. They are so intelligent.
Surely.
But as my girlfriend once said, but they're so tasty.
They are, but
They're so tasty.
Miss, have you seen them
I
ever
think
make an
octopus
octopus?
might be my favorite food.
oh my god, dude, it's awesome. I
I
mean,
reckon it's awesome.
It is pretty
Octopus, grilled octopus. It doesn't get any. Better
It is
than
good,
that.
but it's like-
maybe squid,
I mean, it's
which
good.
I don't think is that much dumber than an octopus, is it?
I don't know that, but I'd like to think they're much dumber.
Yeah, me too.
I hope so.
But even when I have a squid, I'm just like, man, I wish it was
Dude, this is not what I was expecting from you. You have these you have very progressive ideas, but then the wog in you comes out sometimes.
I can't get rid of the wog.
Yeah,
Sometimes
yeah,
there's
yeah.
things that's too Scottish about me,
Yeah.
and there's nothing I can do about it.
Totally.
And it's the same thing. But dude, you're double the amount of fat Croat than I am.
Yeah,
I can't
true.
believe that you're upset about the
okay, I'll be
octopus.
honest with you. I say this, and then one person when I was overseas last ordered octopus when we were drunk, and I'm like, "You really are a sick man," and just getting the chopsticks. There's just something wrong with you. There was just so many other options.
Excuse me, ma'am. Was this octopus killed in the most cruel way possible? Good.
You can really taste the difference.
This is on you.
It's already dead.
And it is really cruel. Have you seen them make an octopus? They spend the entire night beating the shit out of it.
In the in Italy, they do that. It's like it tenderizes it, dish on a rock.
Nah, actually, that doesn't sound too bad.
It's pretty bad, dude.
Grab it and you smack it on a rock, and then its brain dies.
I would like to.
No, but
think so.
there's that, but they also do. They keep beating it once it's dead.
Yeah.
For
Well, it's
and
dead.
some people do it for hours.
Yeah, tenderizes.
That's all right.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What is it? It's still brutal. I don't know.
No, there's way
I'm
more
not-
brutal ways to kill an octopus,
Yeah.
and the Koreans do it.
Oh god.
How's that? How do
I
they
don't
do
want-
it?
Oh man, they usually serve it live-ish, where they cut it up into little
Jesus.
pieces and then serve it to you while it's still moving.
That
around.
is. Yeah.
I mean,
I think
it's
that
an
was.
experience, I guess.
Yeah.
It's
No.
an experience.
My brother asked me, he's like, "Are you going to do the live octopus?" I'm like, "Look, I've softened, dude. No, I don't want to eat it alive." And then I was like, "Did you do it?" He's like, "Yeah."
Yeah, good one.
I mean, I think
Very hard.
I think that just haunted me when the guy was just like, "Yeah, did you fish, octopus?" And just went and just picked it up and was like, in my face, this live octopus. I'm like, no, I don't want that. And just chucked it back in the vat of. Could have easily have chucked it on the ground and been like, plenty more where that came from. It's like,
Nah, you're right.
it's too much.
I really have to start making a stand on octopus.
I mean, look, I don't think.
It is so tasty.
Yeah, I mean-
and this is the thing. Lobster is so overrated.
It kind of is.
Dude,
Lobster
so
is-
overrated.
It's just prawns. It tastes like prawns.
We should
But
ban
shitter
lobsters.
prawns. Yeah.
But
We should outright ban them.
But lobsters aren't critical to the ecosystem, are they?
No, not only
Imagine
are they
they're
not
probably more
critical.
critical than an octopus.
No,
Really?
dude. Not only are they, well, I guess they would be critical, but climate change is good for lobsters.
You're kidding.
Yeah, I
They
can
love
imagine
it
that.
because
Oh,
they
the
want
heating?
warmer waters. In fact, if they suspect that one of the silver lining of climate change is that the lobster population is potentially going to grow.
Jesus
Yay.
Christ. I mean, yeah, I don't
Speaking
know.
of, I was talking about this in my self-help seminar, but remember Jordan Peterson's most famous rant about
course.
lobster dominance?
Of course.
Have you guys been to an aquarium since and looked at the lobster tank?
I have. It's true.
It's so true.
It's true. I've seen
can't
it.
unsee
It's they're like
There's
attacking each other, like, yeah, and like hiding and stuff.
And there's
I've seen
always
it.
one boss dominant lobster taking up a third of the tank with his antennae outstretched as much as he can.
Just walking.
Lobster spreading. Being like,
So-
yeah. Taking
I
out
like-
like a third while these other 6 cucks
Yeah,
are in
yeah.
the corner hiding in crevices.
Seeing
Mad.
seeing the ones in crevices too. Also, seeing the crevice ones kind of make me be like,
You're a
they're pretty
pathetic
chat,
creature.
but they're pretty chat
ashamed
animals.
of yourself.
That and the, I don't know, they're pretty
They are
gross.
chat
They're pretty
animals.
gross. Yeah.
But so are prawns.
yeah,
And
prawns
are
are
mad.
just as bad though.
Prawns are cockroaches, but they're very delicious cockroaches.
I think I'm-
I could probably get behind the fact that cockroaches might be delicious. I'm too scared to try. but they
Dude,
could be.
no, I'm all
Yeah,
even
too much of that scary 1980s Nickelodeon goo that you could imagine coming out. No.
even prawns. I'm getting like autistic with prawns now. I look at them, I'm like, they're fucked. I'm getting autistic with prawns. I'm like, they're disgusting. Look at these things. I don't know.
They are disgusting.
Yeah, I think I just got.
They are
so
like the one
tasty.
insect that we're very okay with eating.
The
You know what?
insects.
I think that this would be a good trade-off, and in the compromised world between vegans and Isaac Butterfield, don't you think that we'd all be a lot happier if it was only chicken, octopus, and prawns? Let me know if I'm wrong in the comments. Give me your top 3. If you had to ban everything else, that's a big net positive, a huge win for so many animals.
Can I add just one more into it?
What?
beef.
Lamb.
Yeah, of course you'd add lamb.
Listen,
I'm okay to give up beef because beef has some issues.
dude,
Like,
I am. Such,
I understand.
I'm the
Is
worst.
lamb that good?
Well, I mean, look, it's less. There's less carb, like less methane for one.
Yeah, I know, but would you really miss it if you never had lamb again?
Well, particularly if I don't have beef, then I definitely want it.
Such a Pakistani
Dude,
man.
you're
See, that's his inner Paki coming in.
Yeah,
Guys,
yeah,
come on,
yeah.
what about lamb? Please,
Yeah,
let's
that's
have
true.
lamb.
That's true. That's true. Pilaf. I gotta
He
say
has
though,
to have
dude,
lamb.
dude, mine's the worst. Mine's just like I want fish and chicken. And lamb's pretty good, and I want beef. That's mine.
But everything else is banned. What about shark fin? Well, I haven't tried it, so we'll keep it for now because I'm curious.
Which, by the way, I have tried.
But dude, oysters are mad too. I don't know. I'm just like
Oysters are just a mushroom. That's
yeah,
not even
okay,
an
that doesn't
animal.
count. Good. I don't know. Prawns. I'm just right now. I'm like very like save the sea life, but fish. That's okay. You know, like that's
Fish. I could easily live without fish.
I like
It's not a
fish.
good thing to live without fish, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not that good. Fish, I can.
I'm already living without fish, dude. Even though I like fish.
It's expensive as.
Well, there's that, and then like my Katie hates it.
Oh,
Which is
really?
like a tragic situation.
That's
I mean,
It is a tragedy, though.
Man, I like it. First of all, it's the one thing that's healthy and I like. It's very few things that I like.
yeah.
It's such a small crossover.
But I feel bad for fish now too, man. Like
Oh, I always felt
dude,
bad
they
for fish.
bleed. They like
No, the thing is, once you're an aquarium enthusiast,
Exactly.
you do realize they do have personalities and they do have a brain.
Of course.
And it is not that 5 seconds thing, and you can teach them tricks, and they're happy when you're there. And, yeah, so, no.
yeah, that's brutal.
Okay, what do we, Miss? Just become vegan.
Nah, dude.
Then shut up.
I reckon. Yeah, I don't know. I'm basically being the most annoying person on earth. I'm just nitpicking the 3 things that currently upset me, and the rest is fine.
Yeah. I'll find a way to justify those two.
All right.
But, yeah, all right. So, okay.
In not agreement at all.
Lamb, octopus, prawn, chicken. That's the list that we're going with, is it?
Lamb, octopus.
And everything else you could ban.
No, dude.
Honestly, for me, you can also ban octopus. I'm okay with that.
Dude, for me, I'm the opposite to you. I'm like, I think I'm at the point where prawns freak me out. I'm like, fuck prawn. Like,
Well, then what are you keeping?
I'm keeping chicken, beef.
You got to keep chicken. I'm sorry. It's
Yeah,
too
it's too
delicious.
good.
It's
chicken.
it's
you know
so
what?
unfair.
I'm gonna go
I don't know how it was genetically, evolutionarily
Yeah.
bred to be so awesome.
I'm gonna go chicken, beef. I know that's a big one, and I'm trying to cut down beef, but that honestly, it is. That's my prawns. and fish. Keep that. All the rest can go. Those are mine.
Chicken, beef,
and fish.
and fish.
Yeah, I really like fish.
It's a very British palate.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening to me.
Really not
It's
ethnic at
changing.
all.
Yeah, I'm changing, dude. I don't know what's going on with me.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah.
Wow, you're
You
becoming
spend
more
way too much time in pubs.
Yeah, I probably am. Bangers and mash again. Perfect.
Chicken schnitzel.
I also
please.
watch, dude. I also
the
watch.
fish of the day. The crappiest one.
I also, well, dude. I also watch a lot. This guy, a lot of these
Oriental
guys.
carp.
Dude, I watch this guy. It's like I tried every fish and chip chippy in London. I'm watching a lot of him, so I'm like fish and chips.
Yeah, but did you also
Okay, so
watch
it's the
his?
usual Mislav special. It's whatever he saw last.
Pretty much.
That's what he thinks now.
Fish and chips is too good.
I think that same guy, by the way,
I love fish and chips.
that same guy did a video on like how
know
just
that-
like pubs,
you know that
all
guy?
fish and chips places are closing,
Yeah, I watched. Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They are all closing because it's like.
which is making me sad, even though I haven't even been to England.
But you know why they're closing? Because they're too expensive. Like fish is like too expensive
Well,
to
it's
buy
also
now.
Yeah, well,
because
then every fish and chip owner in Britain voted for Brexit, so I don't know what they're called.
yeah, but also they
Yeah.
have a weird understanding, and they talked about it in that video as
Did
well.
you watch the Guardian
where,
one?
like, they always, I think it was Guardian, where it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah, it
everyone's
was.
like
the guy with the limp.
we just be able to go to Thames, get ourselves a cod or wherever it is,
Yeah.
and then we would eat it, and it'd be affordable. And now it's really expensive,
Yeah.
and so we're closing down. But in reality, dude, they like overfished their cod ages ago.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like all their cod is coming from Russia and Norway,
Mm-hmm.
anyways. So they're not coming from the English waters, and it's just getting really expensive to source cod. And British people have this thing where like fish and chips means
Cod
cod.
or bush.
Cod.
Cod, the greatest. Of the
Why?
fish.
Why do they care about it? I think it's all just getting hell expensive.
Cod sounds chat.
Yeah, cod does sound sharp. I don't know. I'm just in a fish phase right now, but it is. I don't eat it because it's insanely expensive.
Yes.
It's very expensive.
Yes.
Why is?
Fish
Anyway,
is-
I don't know.
It's rare. All right.
Is fish becoming like, caviar used to be expensive? It's just fish expensive now. That's a luxury.
to be fair, like
I don't know
seafood
because I
was
don't eat
always
enough fish, so I
expensive.
don't
Right.
know if it's
But
outrageous
It was
or not.
always expensive. to be
Really?
fair. Like
No, that's not
comparatively.
true.
I mean, I know at one point it was cheaper if you
Right.
look at today's prices, but they were comparatively always more expensive. Fish is just a rare commodity.
Hey, what are the comments saying about what meats they
What are they
have
saying?
to keep?
Join
Yeah,
in on the.
Fish, chip, different I can't live without gyros, so I'm okay with lamb on the list.
Gyros, yeah.
Oh, sorry,
Greek
gyros.
shit, yeah. Gyros.
Gyros.
Gyros. Climate change was a lobster conspiracy all along for making an ideal ecosystem.
Well, you've given me a lot to think about as always, Chad.
Do lobsters care for their young? No. Eat up.
Raw
Okay.
squid on Korean
Uh,
TV.
kelp is kind of popular now. Seaweed is being farmed in Indonesia as well.
That stuff's good.
Anyways, they're just
I like
contributing.
that. I like seaweed.
Okay, Jordan, or Miss Love, actually, either of you can take over on this one. What do you guys think of Pete Hegseth calling all generals in the U.S. to just roast them and calling them fat?
Yeah, that is
And particularly with like Trump, who, look, I feel for him. The man looks, by the way, Trump looks so tired.
yeah.
He is like, he was making fun of Biden, but he was doing exactly what Biden did, which is like, he kept losing his chain of thought. Like I don't know if he's like getting senile or whatever, but he looks so tired and overworked. But anyways, hence he's getting fatter. And so in the background, Pete Hegseth is saying like, all of you guys are fat. And then Trump is like nodding in the background. I was like,
What the hell?
he said it.
He said.
I just, the guy from Fox News, like lecturing war generals about being fat.
But not only was the guy from Fox News, the guy from Fox News used to be in the military.
All right.
He rose to the rank of major, which tells you that every high up in the military did not consider him to be worthy of higher leadership. And he is talking to these generals, these people who have rose up the rank and are like at the top of their profession, telling them, you got to be better. It's like, dude. He's living the dream. He is one of those guys like, I'll tell you all. And then one day became everyone's boss and told them they're fat on their face.
Yeah, dude. It's very funny. I think America's just slowly turning into like very, 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 very light North Korea or something, where it's like it's very performative, but it's just like funny,
Yeah. Well, how fat is this guy?
Who? There's no one guy.
He's
He
not
was
fat.
calling everyone fat.
I know, but
But
is the guy telling everyone else that they're fat?
No, Pete Hegseth. No, to be fair to him, he's pretty like toned up
Trim.
and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, Tone Boy.
Yeah.
he literally said, like, if I can go to the gym, you can, or something like that.
Yes, because I'm sure he's very busy being in the Trump administration.
Yeah,
someone
exactly.
someone pointed out that like the people that he was telling to get better at being soldiers have like a collective combat experience of like 70,000 years or
So
something.
crazy.
Like just all of them are like way more experienced and way more intelligent than Pete Hegseth.
Surely they're
He has
pissed
that
off.
many hours on Fox Weekend.
It's just crazy.
And he, by the way, like
More of
the
a
scale-
patriot. It's actually it's kind of hard to decide who is more of a patriot.
that's
Generals
true.
versus Fox News hosts.
Yeah,
Who
that-
likes America more?
That is tough. That is very
But
tough.
you know, like the undertone of that was actually
Who's
scary.
been surrounded by more flags?
very tough answer.
The undertone of this thing was actually scarier. Like everyone's like focused on the fat thing because it's funny, but the undertone was he was essentially telling his entire military leadership some North Korea style setting where he's saying like you need to like stop supporting these lefty crazies, and he's saying they're terror. Like he's essentially asking all of his generals to fall in line with the Trump agenda, and there's
Right.
like
Yeah,
there's
but
no
what
rule.
is the Trump agenda for these generals?
Well,
Yeah,
it
what?
just means like you do everything that
That we
Trump tells
say.
you, and you ignore anything that Democrats are even thinking. you're saying.
Jesus Christ.
Don't you think that
So
a lot of
intense.
this, yes, it is somewhat concerning, but I would imagine that a lot of the whole, we're telling the bureaucracy off, is very performative. That the bureaucracy keeps doing what it does. Yes, it changes of flavour when there is a new administration that is in. But I heard a lot when Elon Musk was going out and trying to cull it and saying, I'm getting rid of these people. There were a lot of people that were saying, no, I'm not fired. Just kept working.
No way.
Well, you know, Trump's new this because the government shut down because of
Yes.
the same issues and.
Why? What are the issues? Like,
Okay,
what?
so
Get-
quickly, so Trump wants to introduce his spending bill that needs to be okayed by Congress. The Congress has a big representation of Democrats, so he needs their support. The Democrats are saying that we'll pass your spending bill if you make subsidies to Affordable Health Care Act permanent, which is due to expire next year, and also do it in a way where you can't repeal it.
Right.
And Trump was saying, I'm not going to do that. That's bullshit. And Democrats are like, well, then the government's going to shut down. And then Trump says, well, if you're going to shut down the government, then I'm going to start firing bureaucrats.
Yeah, but he's going to do that anyway.
Yeah, but he's saying
Oh
it's
my
like he's implying
God.
that like every hour that you keep the government shut, I'm going to
bureaucrat's
fire a
dead.
bureaucrat.
You hear me?
Like,
there
this is
won't
a
be a-
hostage situation.
There won't be a government left. Let's be like, who's going to be left?
That is a strange thought. We're going to shut the government down. Yeah? Well, I'm going to shut it down more.
Yeah, I'm going to fire people.
So
it's
it's
like, who?
well, look, government shutdowns are always a game of chicken. But
Right.
he's taken it to the next level. This isn't speed
he's
one.
like-
This is speed two.
But he's also acting like he's Netanyahu and he's giving a concession to Hamas. Like, dude, what you're essentially saying is you're going to randomly start firing bureaucrats off your own government. Like, you're their leader.
That'll show him.
Dude, it's government can his dream. It's like, abolish the government. It's happening.
Man, isn't it such an incredible job to have if you really don't give a fuck about what your job actually is? Like, being president of the United States would be awesome if you didn't actually care about the government at all.
It'd be easy.
It'd be so easy.
Yeah. Just like,
And then you can do that shit all day.
surely, is it in?
Just a man that never thinks about any repercussions ever.
Yeah. It's probably in his in his interest to do it because he's like, it's the whole Reagan thing, right? Of just like, government is the problem. Like, I think he's literally just like, he's.
Man, I think that is sort of a thought that sometimes crosses his
yeah,
mind.
true. Like,
But I
once
think
it-
that there's many thoughts that cross that
Yeah,
man's mind.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think that there is any working ideology there.
it's
Something
crazy.
that someone said to me once that I think is the best way to look at the Trump years, both for American society and politics in general, is you really got to stop thinking about Trump as having an agenda or an ideology, or anyone caring about the agenda or ideology. It's the Trump phenomenon has nothing to do with politics at all.
Yeah.
It is purely just the idea that we live no longer in the information age, but the attention age. And people are just voting for a flashing light. And I think that is a summary of where we are now.
But that's
it
the
is beyond
scariest.
politics.
That's the scariest explanation you can give, really.
Totally.
Because like information out,
Attention
attention in.
But not really. Scattered, psychotic.
Oh my God.
attention.
Have you heard?
Frazzles kaleidoscopes of it.
There's a theory, Jordan, and I want you to give your take on this. That all of this, polarization, the crazy attention politics that you're talking about, some people are arguing is just a direct consequence of the social media revolution. Like, it's not different from the printing press revolution creating waves. It's not different from the Protestant revolution, which was after the Bible being translated. So like this is one of those like technological disruptions that were just part and parcel of the social media age.
Wow.
Yeah. Doesn't mean it's
That's
good.
a cool theory.
Doesn't mean it's good though.
No, it's not good, but it's just like it sort of puts into perspective like these sort of things happen all the time. Like,
Yeah,
you
I
have
see.
a lot of like every time there's like a big
Shift.
societal shift.
But does
whether,
that
like,
suggest that it might sort of like reconfigure itself and become?
yeah,
Well, it
that's
is.
the point,
I mean,
right.
Gavin Newsom is the perfect sign of that already reconfiguring itself.
Because he's like popular and
well, he gets the game.
right.
I think he is the first Democrat politician to get it.
Yeah.
And I think that he understands that what the Democrats were doing was, the West Wing's still cool, right? We can still go back to that. And no, you're not in that age anymore. Gavin Newsom at least gets that. And I think that's why, Ali, give me this. You were right about Mamdani. I reckon I'm right about Newsom.
I'm getting a
Really?
lot more inclined. I personally never liked Gavin Newsom, and I guess maybe I was like thinking that's. But like, man, people are loving him. His poll, he's up in polls. He has a very, like, he's probably the best contender for a Democrat version of Trump. He has that fight in him. So maybe you're right. I can come around to it. I'm seeing some potential. And I think at least for the establishment, I think a lot of them are certain that Gavin Newsom will probably be their pick. We'll see what happens because the primary
I think that he
might
will
change
be able
that.
to sweep over all the other types that are annoyed and disillusioned, because I think that he gets, again, that it is not really about attention. I think that a big reason that Mamdani is doing so well, one, he is articulate. Two, he is focusing on the cost of living crisis and is laser focused on that. That's all very true. But I think it's also, look, people say, it's because Cuomo's a sex pest. But I really think it's the fact that he doesn't have the same energy levels as Mamdani does, because Mamdani is 30 and he is 70.
Yeah.
And so when you listen to him speak, he is tired, he is boring. I immediately click off because we live in the attention age.
Yeah.
And so you can't listen to him. And so he can't really get his message out apart from old dinosaur papers itself.
Yeah, interesting.
And Mamdani understands the media landscape a lot better. And I think that Gavin, like what you're saying as well, really the American public is only responding to energy and fight and aggression. And that's really what moves people.
Yeah.
And you can feel it when anytime Gavin Newsom goes on a talk show and you feel the audience energized when he's in the room.
Yeah, right.
And he's really got that like, kick his ass.
Yes.
It's got that.
Yeah.
And that's
Mamdani does
like
too.
that book that we were talking about before. Really the only reason that people vote in the United States is Schadenfreude. They just want the other side to feel miserable.
Jeez.
That's about it.
Yeah, God. I mean,
What a toxic system.
yeah, it's not,
So toxic.
it's not good.
It's like everyone's
so
voting
bad.
to trigger someone.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that Trump, dude, it's so childish. Gavin Newsom. It's like,
Not bad.
That's pretty good.
Not bad.
Actually. That's pretty good.
he's still got it.
He's got it.
It is bad. It's
Nah,
like,
dude, it's actually pretty good.
I mean, it's like
it is like
kind
because
of.
he's new and he's scum.
I mean, it's kind of funny,
Scum.
but it's like
It's
it's
actually
so
really good.
Gavin Newsom.
It's so childish. It's so unpresidential. Just being like,
Well,
he's.
what about that man? is
Newsom really needs to
presidential?
come up with a nickname for Trump, and not the shitty John Oliver Trump. That's
Nah,
What's
that was
that?
everyone went along with it because no one could figure anything out. Like I was like, I guess we're gonna roll with this.
I didn't
one.
even
yeah,
know
no,
that.
But it was
one.
the shit one from the
Donald,
big no.
Drumpf. They all suck.
Drumpf. Yeah.
And you know why? Because neither of them are catchy and childish enough.
Yeah, I suppose that's what you want. It's very high school.
What?
Like, it's very, like, queer and moron.
Dude, you know what actually?
Yeah.
You know what actually was pretty good?
You know what? You know what you got to call him something just like fatty or like fake tan.
No,
or
dude, I'm
something.
telling you,
Just
the-
call him
yeah,
something
yeah.
like that.
The one that was
Yeah.
actually good was
Dumbass.
Taco Trump.
Huh?
Taco Trump.
Why?
Trump always chickens out. That annoyed him a lot.
Taco Trump. But what's that going to do with tacos?
No, it's just Trump always chickens out.
Oh. Yeah, it's too long. But, you know,
I
it's
think
not bad.
I don't know. I know that it really annoyed him when he found out what that meant.
Oh, did he?
I don't know, man. Look, all I've known is that honestly, name calling is one of the most effective political tools there is. This is something that I've known for
I thought you
years
were gonna
and
say-
utilized.
I thought you were gonna say honestly.
It's very-
name calling is so juvenile. don't even want to talk about it. But like, what a turn of events! It's the most effective strategy.
It's so
I
good.
guess it is.
You know
I guess
why?
it
It's
is.
not so much the childish name call. What it is how the other person responds to it. That's the part that's very unbecoming.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
the
yeah.
same thing with Bruz. And I just kept calling him Bruz.
That's
And I
true.
called him like the fat Italian
Yeah,
and
yeah.
greasy Italian and whatever.
yeah.
And that
It's-
triggered him. And
yes,
you realize what like a
yes.
petty little bitch he is because you should be above that when you're in your 50s.
Yes.
Frankly, you should be above that immediately when you leave high school.
Yes.
And if you're still there, it shows that you are
Yeah.
you're developmentally at that point.
Pretty
That's why
much.
it works.
Yeah.
Because like if it
If
gets
it
under their
works,
skin,
yes, if it works, if it gets under their skin, yeah,
Yeah.
and it's effective.
which is actually something that Kamala Harris pointed out about Donald Trump, which I think that she was very right about. She said that. She said that what Donald Trump does is try to figure out the thing that is going to get you to freak out.
Yes.
That's his big superpower,
Totally.
and that's what he does. So he just keeps throwing things until he finally finds something.
Yes.
He's like, this is reprehensible. You need to apologize. And then he's like,
Gotcha. Yeah, exactly.
They call it. There's a cricketing term for it. Sledging.
yeah,
sledging. Is that what
yeah.
sledging is? It's trying to trigger them.
It's to trigger him. Like you want to say something that will annoy them so much that they get emotional, and then they're gonna screw up their game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because the best way to play is to be like Zen. and be in the
Racist
zone.
taunts and the like, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, dude. Anything.
It doesn't mean like
Chuck it.
the point isn't that it needs to be racist. The point
No,
is
no, I'm kidding.
whatever.
It just
Like
does
a
happen a
good
lot.
sledger is someone that knows exactly what will annoy the other person. If it's racism, then maybe that. But a lot of time, racism might not annoy, and that's the game. Like there's
That's why I reckon that you just start calling him dumbass instead of that.
I
Just
think
like,
dumbass is short and sweet, you know, because
Yeah,
he's kind of
dumbass.
dumb. Like he's not. He can all the other stuff.
fatty, like just something like that.
Yeah. I think dumbass is
But
pretty
I
good.
honestly think that he's probably not even that self-conscious about being fat, frankly.
no.
I think he does think that he's a genius. And
Yeah, I think I think dumbass is a good one.
it might be, yeah, it's hard to know which one's going to hit. And
feel
also
like
the
that
other thing is it doesn't really matter if he gets triggered because even when he's triggered, it's entertaining. This is what I was saying before when you were saying that I'm scared that that's going to happen in Australia. And the problem is, and it's the same thing with Nigel Farage in the UK, these guys are once in a generation talents. They're all-time greats.
but they also
are
succeed in a-
way better entertainers than anyone in the entertainment
That's
industry.
But don't you
True.
think like
That's
they
true.
also like Nigel Farage is also happens to be Nigel Farage in a once in a generational vacuum.
Maybe, yeah.
Like conservatives are really looking for an alternative in the UK.
politicians, you mean?
Yeah, no, the Tory voters.
Oh yeah.
they
yeah,
are
yeah,
so
yeah.
disillusioned by the Tories, and rightly so. They've like wrecked the country in the last 10 years, and it's obviously in a horrible situation. So they don't want to like vote for Tories, but they also don't want to vote for Labour for a lot of like, doctrinal and ideological reasons. So they have no other option but to go for reform, which is such a good position for Nigel to be in.
Yeah.
And he's really milking on that. And man, like it would be insane, but it wouldn't be. It's possible that Reform Party either comes into government or at least becomes the biggest opposition party, which is a ridiculous thing to say, but I think it can happen.
No, it could happen.
It's phenomenal.
It's crazy.
Honestly, I have nothing but shock or admiration for Nigel Farage. As we've said before, that has to be the most successful politician in history.
Yeah,
A man that single-handedly got the UK out of the EU, single-handedly, just by being funny. And
But
now he has destroyed the Tories, the oldest political party on earth.
it is insane.
but he's
purely
also
by being
destroyed his country. Like Brexit is having
Yeah,
some
massively.
real
It's just like, dude, again, convincing them of really dumb, bad ideas.
Do you think
He's
reform?
phenomenal. He is phenomenal.
Do you think reform is worse than the Tories in terms of their policies, whatever the hell they are?
I don't really know the difference between the Tories and that. I imagine that it's
Just
this is what I think
anti-immigration.
is happening. I think that really, when he gets in, especially when it comes to the UK system, the bureaucracy is a lot more in control in the UK than it is, say, here in the United States anyway. And the bureaucracy is very a powerful entity always, because we always say, like, the bureaucracy stays regardless of who's there.
Right,
But
yeah.
especially in the UK, they call a lot more shots than the Parliament does. And so I think that a lot of the things that he says are not going to go into fruition, even if he does become Prime Minister. But I don't think that that matters, because I think that the UK can see that, no, he actually believes it. Like, he really does hate immigrants. And the other politicians kind of just say it because that's what the polls are telling them to say.
Right.
Hey, they in England. I saw. Did you see the speech? I don't think anyone would have seen a speech, but Albo was asked to give a speech at a Labour conference, which was called Renew Britain,
Right.
hosted by Labour Party, and it was essentially Albo was, I think, given the job of like motivating the Labour Party, and he just went there and he said, "Look, it's not there. We've had Labour has always had problems, and this is a movement that we share, and it might seem like this is a daunting task right now, but remember, every generation had their own daunting task, and Labour has always pulled through." And they will too again. Like, I think he was just asked to motivate them. Maybe they were sad or something. I don't know.
But they have,
Yeah, they would be sad.
but Labour's in.
I know, but like, I
Yeah,
think, but dude, the
everyone
country
hates
is
it.
out.
Yeah. How come? Why
Like,
does?
think about it this way: the government, the ruling government, is saying renew Britain as a, like, everyone recognizes over there that something needs to be changed.
But like, why does Keir Starmer get so much hate? I'm just like
A couple of things. He came in
in a shit situation.
in a terrible situation.
Yeah.
So no
Shit
matter
is an
who was there-
understatement.
it's-
Yeah.
no, look, I really don't envy anyone being the Prime Minister of
Right.
the UK.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That is a terrible job.
Yeah.
And it's also a poison chalice. You can't fix that country.
Really?
It's done.
Are you serious?
Yeah, man.
It's
So,
done.
It's done. You're not getting out of that. It's one of those things, as Ali says, history is a very long time. There's going to be a point where things re-merge. That's naturally what's going to happen. But anybody that's just past the time bomb now, it's going to blow up, and then the next person is going to chuck to them, and then it's going to blow up, and they're just going to, it's going to be that real shit situation. Is that
I think they eventually would need to also join EU again. Like, otherwise they'll be so powerless and isolated.
yeah.
Like I know it's would be impossible. There's too much division at the moment, but I think eventually that would be a decision. Like, you would have.
yeah,
to
I
reverse
honestly
it.
think that if you ran another referendum to go back in, they'd pass in flying colours.
Yeah. Who'd have think
I don't know, but
Brexit was a bad idea, eh? I was
Certainly not us.
It was not me. I was just like, time for regaining your freedom. And then it's just
And
like,
they got it.
I remember. Like,
now the economy's tanked.
I remember Miss, like, a week after Brexit, was just like, "Gotcha. You said everything's gonna be real shit after Brexit.
Look at it
now, dumb fuck." And I
Eat your words, Ali.
and I remember telling him, like, "You have to give it time."
Yeah. And also, they haven't exited immediately after the vote.
And now I'm just like, they didn't do Brexit
Really?
right.
Well, if we look at a map, they're not in Europe anymore.
yeah, exactly. I'm like,
And whenever every time someone would say, like, I don't know if this is the best idea, the response will, "Brexit means Brexit."
yeah.
Yeah, that was great. I really like the days of this podcast of breakfast means breakfast.
what was that? Was that the
I
alternative?
can't remember why we started saying it. I think it's just because anyone that says that, you can tell, really likes big British breakfast.
Hell
That's
yeah.
the target demographic of people. that
Yes,
voted to
greasy
exit.
spoons. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Jimmy Griddles. That was my local in Battersea.
I hope that place closed down.
Jimmy Griddles will not close down.
It's incredible. All these places, they keep doing all these documentaries. And now our restaurant is closing down after 400 years. It's almost as if us not updating the menu to modern palates in 400 years, as somewhat, especially when there is now infinite choice, now we're somehow getting punished for this. It's all bullshit,
I
frankly.
was holding strong, bro. Don't worry. I was
paying
holding.
you £2 breakfast.
Yeah.
For a shovel of food.
Yes.
In you go.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Don't forget
More
the
or
tea.
less coal miners. Coal miners just chucking it into a kiln. All right, it's hot now.
Pretty much. That, I mean, I do remember having a big breakfast there and like it ruining me completely for the day. And that happened to me today, dude. I can't. This is another thing. A chicken roll in your 30s is like you might as well have just like jump. I don't know, like kill yourself. It ruins you. You can't do it now. Just food that used to be fun in your 20s.
As we will continue that on the up late. You don't want to miss this up late because Misla will tell us his regaling stories of like hanging out with homeless people on trains and elsewhere.
Sydney style.
And Jordan will be discussing some of the stuff that we can't discuss here.
Can't even mention it.
Which relates to the video that was released today about the said firebombing. That's all we're going to say over here. But if you want to find out more juicy details about it, make sure you sign up to Friendly Jordy's podcast Patreon page.
The good stuff.
Otherwise, just watch the main Friendly Jordy's video, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Maybe I'll watch it.